Hey, just doing a quick blog to talk about the ArcGIS Maps SDK for JavaScript. And specifically, I want to share some work I'm doing with the Edit Features Editor widget and just talk about how it works. So if you go, I have all the links in the description for you, to the documentation, they have this really cool little Explore in the Sandbox feature, which allows you to actually get into how this code is actually constructed and allows you to get some hands-on learning about how it actually works. And I'm going to go over some of that with you. So let's hop over here to the sandbox, and here's the default code that they give that actually constructs this. So what we have is Charlotte, and we have a little situation where we can create these little callouts about, I believe, utility data, a variety of different things. And here, flooding, dangerous animal. This is all sort of like city data type stuff. And so over here on the left, what we're going to focus on is just learning a little bit about this code and what actually makes all this tick. And I'm going to show you a little bit about that. And one of the first things I was working on was to try to make this all dark theme. And so I'll show you right here in line 8. If you see themes/light, if I just change that to dark and then hit refresh up here, you'll see that everything is now in dark theme. So I have this editor styled the way I want, and all I had to do was reference a different style sheet. Another thing that I wanted to try out was, so right here in lines 33 to 38, it references a portal item. This is a web map. So in ArcGIS, a web map in a portal has an ID, and I'll show you an example of this because we're going to swap this map out actually. So right here I have a web map of Chicago narcotics crime. I actually found that right here. I'll pass all these links, and so there were a couple different options I had to use. And so I just took the ID up in the URL. I'm going to go over to the sandbox and we copy and paste that in. So let's get rid of the old one that we don't want. Paste that new one in, hit refresh. And then this is going to load in a whole new app for me. So overall, I have now an entirely different map to work with. It has a completely separate layer of editable data where I can log vehicle thefts. All right, so the other thing that I want to leave you with is I took this code for this specific situation that I've built right here. So this configuration, this pile of JavaScript and HTML and CSS, and what I wanted to do was enrich this code with some better comments so that you could understand at a deeper level what's actually going on here. So I'm going to actually take that code and I'm going to replace all of this with that and then hit refresh. So from here, you'll see that almost every major line has, if you're new to JavaScript, if you're trying to get into learning and just understanding a little bit about how this actually works, we have some comments here. So the responsiveness of the page, the title of the web page, the dark theme style sheet, like all of these things, like loading the SDK itself, loading the modules, which each module does. So this one right here creates a web map, this one creates a map view, and this one creates an edit widget. So from there we load the map, create the new map view, and then when the view is ready, we create and add the edit widget. And you'll see that we've added the edit widget and then placed it. I want to show you what some of these little changes that we could make could look like. I'll slide this over because we don't need that much room. So I'll actually just say, instead of top right, I'll say not left right, bottom right. Refresh that. Then you'll see my edit widget will go over to the bottom right. I could change that to any of the other positions, bottom left, top left. And this is really cool because it allows us to, in the user interface within the view, just to add whatever widgets we need wherever we want them very easily. So when you get to working with the SDK and you start adding different widgets, it's really valuable to know where in the code you would add or take away what things. So just wanted to share this again just for information and just to give you this code. It'll all be below here, and I hope that it's helpful for you if you've hung out this far in the video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.